Hi there, I'm Becky Amble, and I want to share an AI tip with you. And this isn't quite the one that I wanted to share, and I'll explain to you. So let's get on with this. And this is going to be another time of using NotebookLM. You might think that I am just almost addicted to it. Not quite, but I do like it. It has so many great applications. So here's what I want to tell you first is that once in a while, I'll be sitting in a meeting and I might not have it might be a Zoom meeting. I might not have my note taker running. I might not have that going. It might be somebody else's and they didn't want a note taker going. That's okay. I might be on the phone. I might be sitting in a meeting. And once in a while, I'll go, oh, wait, I got to catch this. So I'll grab my phone and put on the recorder and catch something because I can't take notes fast enough. Anyway, so I wanted to just tell you one thing. I recorded a part of a conversation and I couldn't get it. If you do the phone recorder, you probably know how to do that. You do the phone recorder and then you can go and either send it to your notes or have it make a transcription. Well, usually I do the transcription, send it to my email, and then work with it from there, copy it, put it into chat GPT for analysis or save it or something. Anyway, this particular time, it was driving me crazy because I could not turn that recording into a transcript. For some reason, that option wasn't showing up. Now, I wish I could remember how I figured it out because I was able to somehow get it downloaded into an audio format onto my computer. And like I said, I wish I could remember, but I think I tried like 5, 6 different things and finally figured out one thing that worked. So if you have this issue, figure out how to get it, in my case, on the computer, because that's usually easier to work with. Anyway, get your audio. And then I thought, all right, now I want to take this audio recording in an audio file and have it transcribed. Well, that began another level of frustration. So I went to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT says, oh, yeah, let me see what I can do. Well, bottom line, it can't take an audio file and make it into text. And then I tried Claude, about the same thing. They both were saying, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll go to such and such site, we'll do all these great, wonderful things. And bottom line, didn't work. So that was pretty doggone frustrating because there was some stuff in this conversation where I thought, oh, I'm sure I didn't catch the whole sentence here. And it was important information that I needed to have accurate. So guess what? I went to NotebookLM. And if I were starting at the beginning, I'll just go here. You get logged in, you hit create new, you go over, you upload your stuff. I was able to upload that audio file and it didn't necessarily transcribe it. However, what it did do is now I need to show you something else. What it did was it allowed me to go in and ask a question. Now, here's one that I recorded today on my phone. I'm sitting out in the audience, and we had a speaker talking about Salvation Army and their programs and so on. And that was at Rotary. So, of course, it was a public meeting and it was being put on Zoom. And I'm not exactly sure if those meetings get recorded. So I thought, oh, you know what? There's some cool stuff she's talking about here. Let me get it recorded. So I did that. Now, what would be great is I could come in here and type a question. And that's what the other recording was, that I went into NotebookLM and I said, hey, what were the 3 things said about X? And it gave it to me because I don't know about you, but sometimes you've got a recording and you don't want to go through the whole recording, or maybe you forgot to turn it off at some point and it got longer than it needed to be. And all of a sudden you're thinking, how do I get that information? So my bottom line here is to say that you can take an audio recording and get it uploaded to NotebookLM because, like I said, I could not find another way. There probably are, but I couldn't get any of the AI that I typically use to transcribe the audio and put it into words. Because then, of course, once I had it in words, I was going to upload it and start searching. And, I could have put that in a notebook, I could have had it in chat or Claude or any AI, and I could have had that search for the information that I was looking for. Anyway, think about this when you're stuck and you might have some kind of recording. Put it in NotebookLM, and I'm just going to do something here and say, let's see if I can type this right. Uh, and I haven't tried this because I was sitting quite a ways from the speaker, so I'm not even sure how well this picked up. But I did ask her a question. I said, "What can you tell us some more about the teen and young adult program?" So I'm just going to do this quickly here and see, does it pull up anything? So it's going to go back into, in this case, the transcript, because I did have the ability to take that audio recording and turn it into a transcript. Anyway, so here it is. She's explaining the goal of the teen and young adult program, trying to get teens out of the house, away from their screens and interacting with each other, and went through and highlighted what she had said about that particular program. Alrighty. So, bottom line, if you have something recorded and you're frustrated, you can put it into NotebookLM. And even if it doesn't quite transcribe it for you exactly, you can ask it questions. And if you're trying to recreate or figure out what was said in that conversation, you can just ask NotebookLM. And in the cases I have tried it at so far, it went and got the information for me. So I thought that was pretty doggone slick, because there are times when, with all of our great, wonderful tech, something might not be working the way we had planned. And that's an option for you. So let me know if that is something that you have experienced and if this helps you out. And if you use NotebookLM, because it has so many uses, you could use it for something like that. And again, remember, you can upload documents all the time and go in and then ask it questions about what's in the documents, because again, sometimes that's a whole lot faster than us searching and searching. Thanks. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.